Weapon balance. Weapon balance is arguably one of the most important things in a Call of Duty game, and some people say that Black Ops 4 does it well, and some people say they do it completely awful. I don't think either answer is correct. I think it's somewhere in between. Some things they do really well with it, and better than other Call of Duties to date. However, there are other things and even specific weapons that are just silly, and the fact that they haven't been patched or patched in a certain way is mind-blowing to me. So today I wanted to make a video talking all about weapon balance, starting off with the overall balance of Black Ops 4 and then moving into some more specific weapons as the video goes on. And for those of you who follow the channel, yes, we will be talking about the Titan today, but I'm going to save that one for later in the video simply because, well, I've talked a lot about it. So first things first, for those of you who follow my live streams, I will be live streaming tonight, but we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to be playing some Black Ops 3, doing a little bit of a throwback stream. So if you want to check out some Black Ops 3 or you want to play some Black Ops 3 with me, it'll be the first link down in the description, and that live stream will start around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so hopefully I see you there. So, let's talk about weapon balance. As far as weapon balance goes, Black Ops 4 is actually pretty straightforward. The way that they designed the weapons is that assault rifles and LMGs are the best weapons in the game. Tactical rifles are okay, and SMGs are, well, just kind of garbage. There are some SMGs that get a little bit better, especially in League play, and don't worry, we'll talk about that in a minute. But as far as just the meta of multiplayer goes, assault rifles is where it's at. Speaking of which, the reason why I decided to make this video today is because of the most recent update in Black Ops 4. If you didn't already know, two weapons were adjusted in the most recent update, the Rampart and the KN57. The Rampart has increased ADS in speed, in other words, you aim down sights a little bit faster, and the KN57 has slightly reduced recoil, increased aim down sights in speed, and with quick draw, an increased aim down sights in speed. Now, these are two weapons that are already good, yet they are getting buffed. The question is, why? Well, when you actually look at what these buffs are doing, it's really not much. It's milliseconds on the aim down sights time, and on top of that, the recoil for the KN57 is just to fix a previous patch where they added too much recoil. So really, these weapons didn't get that much better from this update, but they did a little bit. This update is not for regular multiplayer. This update is specifically for League play and COD World League. This is to change the meta of League play and try to adjust the players from using the Maddox to using the KN57 and the Rampart. I don't think they're going to use the Rampart much, but the KN57 is definitely a viable weapon now. So what this update makes really clear is that the devs for multiplayer, have a very clear vision in mind what they want for League play. The problem I have is that they are not adjusting weapons and fine-tuning them in the same way for multiplayer as they are for League play. It seems like the only thing that they are focused on is League play and not normal multiplayer, even though the majority of players simply play multiplayer and not League play, which is a little bit frustrating. And I do think that the balance of weapons should be good for both, but it's not. And there's a very specific reason as to why it's not. And I don't know if Treyarch doesn't understand this reason because they are the ones that invented it, but it's very clear to me. The reason why certain weapons are amazing in regular multiplayer and not in League play are attachments. It's that simple. For example, the Auger. The Auger is one of the best weapons in the game. I have said this for a long time, and the simple reason is because of High Caliber 1 and High Caliber 2, attachments that are not available in League play. What this means is that this weapon is incredible in multiplayer, but is kind of bad in League play. And it seems like the devs for multiplayer aren't accounting for this, even though they specifically designed Black Ops 4 in this way. The reason why I know this is because certain weapons have certain attachments, whereas others don't. So the way they tried to balance weapons isn't with the stats of the weapon, it's with the attachments of the weapon. It's something that really hasn't been done this way in Call of Duty before, but is done for the first time like this in Black Ops 4. Two weapons that are perfect examples of that are, first of all, the Daemon. The Daemon was a DLC weapon, and this weapon, if you just look at its stats, it's average. It's a middle-of-the-road SMG. However, when you look at its attachments, you get Rapid Fire, High Cal 1, and High Cal 2. All things that improve the time to kill, and by the time you equip all of these, it is now one of the best weapons in the game, and in my opinion, the best SMG in multiplayer. Similarly, the Rampart. This one just got buffed and was already one of the best weapons in multiplayer. Now, as far as this weapon, once again, High Cal 1 and High Cal 2 make this weapon incredible. Without it, just kind of an average assault rifle, and in my opinion, one of the worst assault rifles without these two attachments. But with them, one of my favorite assault rifles in the game. So it just goes to show how that balance really changes simply based off of the attachments that are available for individual weapons. Now, as we talked about before, this just kind of goes along with the average meta currently right now in Black Ops 4. Assault rifles are king, LMGs are second, and then after that, SMGs maybe even come in last. They're the forgotten brother, and I think the reason for this is because in Black Ops 3, SMGs were kind of the GOAT. You had the Vesper, you had the VMP, two of the best weapons in the game, whereas in this game, it just seems like they've switched that to assault rifles. So how do you balance this better? Well, first of all, I think you need to make a few SMGs just straight up better. The GKS, the MX-9 is better than it was, but I still think it could be better, and the Cordite, all I think you need to do to that one is improve the aim down sights time. Other than that, you're doing okay. You just need to make them a little bit better. And I think the best way to do this isn't necessarily by just adjusting the weapon stats. It's by adjusting the attachment stats. And yes, that's a little bit more difficult to get right, but I think that's how you get the weapon balance perfect in this game. Because as I said, this game relies so heavily on those attachments. Speaking of which, let's move into a few specific weapons that I think need to be changed. There's 3 of them. 2 of them are actually secondary weapons, and one of them is a primary weapon. So the first of which is one I haven't heard a lot of people talk about, but is the MOG. The MOG, as of right now, is stupidly overpowered, once again because of attachments. If you use this class that you are seeing on screen here with Long Barrel, Barrel Choke, and Dragon's Breath, this weapon is a one-shot kill to a ridiculous range. It seems like around 20 meters. I haven't measured it, but it's a ridiculously long range. And basically what happens is every time I use this weapon in a lobby, the lobby would digress to every single person in the lobby using this weapon with the same attachments, because the only way to counter it is with a one-shot kill weapon. So either you're sniping or using the exact same weapon, and then the entire lobby is using the MOG with Dragon's Breath, Barrel Choke, and Long Barrel. And to me, that needs to be fixed. It's a weapon that they have made way too strong. At the beginning of the game, it was way too weak. It was always a 2-shot kill. And I think there's definitely some sort of balance that they can reach in between there. But as of right now, this is in my opinion, one of the most powerful weapons in the game. If you haven't tried out that class, give it a shot, and then let me know what you think down in the comments, because it is ridiculous. Number 2, everyone should probably have seen this one coming, the SG-12 with strobe light. Now, I don't think the SG-12 alone is that annoying of a weapon, but when you incorporate the strobe light, once again an attachment with this weapon, it is so annoying to play against, because essentially how it works is it gets rid of your aim assist. So you can't see them properly and you can't aim properly. It is just incredibly annoying. It's not that it is ridiculously overpowered or the fastest time to kill in the game. It is just super annoying to play against, and I think a lot of people have been vocal about this one, saying just remove this thing, it's too annoying, just get rid of it. But we haven't seen anything about it in the multiplayer update, so I'm guessing it's here to stay, and you're just going to remain being annoyed with it for the rest of the game. And then last, and in my opinion the most important, is the Titan. Now, before you go in the comments and say, but the Titan's not the best gun in the game, there's lots of guns that have a better time to kill than it, I know, that is not the problem with the Titan. And I tweet about this every single week. I give Treyarch a weekly reminder that they need to nerf this weapon. And the reason why this weapon is so overpowered is for a couple of reasons. First of all, it essentially has no recoil. You can pick someone off across the map behind a head glitch, no problem at all. Little to no recoil. The second problem I have with it is the movement speed of this weapon is the same as an SMG. You can run around with a weapon with over 50 bullets in the magazine that has no recoil, the same you would with an SMG, and on top of it, the Titan has way better range and way better damage. So, if you can explain to me how that's fair, try in the comments. I'll be willing to read whatever you guys have to say. The third thing is the thermal sight. I don't even use the thermal sight because it frustrates me so much, but the thermal sight doesn't work properly in this game. You may remember in Black Ops 3, the way that they did thermal sights is they were in the game and they were really good, but you lost aim assist when you used them. So for weapons like snipers that already had no aim assist, the thermal made sense using. However, for a Titan, it wouldn't make sense to use because you would lose your aim assist and it would be very difficult to aim. However, in this game, the aim assist works exactly the same, so people can literally sit at the back of the map with a weapon that works like an SMG, with a magazine of over 50 rounds, and have absolutely no recoil, and be able to see you because they can use a thermal sight. That is ridiculous. That is just encourages camping. And you may notice that every single time you run into someone doing this, they're using torque with a barricade and barbed wire. You can't get into the building that they're in because they're just camping out. And it is so frustrating. To me, it completely deters me from playing the game at all. You've seen it on Nuketown, people camping in the top of the building with torque and a thermal titan. You've seen it on Contraband on either side of the map in those two little rooms, camping with torque, titan with thermal sight. It is so prevalent in this game that they need to do something about it, and the fact that it is over 6 months into the game and they still haven't touched it, to me, is ridiculous. So if you're wondering how to fix it and want some advice on that, Treyarch, there's 3 things I would do. Increase the recoil just a little bit, not so it's ridiculous, but so you can't pick people off across the map as easily. Also, make it so the movement speed is more like an LMG and not an SMG. And finally, make it so that the thermal scope has no aim assist. Those 3 things, and the Titan will no longer frustrate me. At least I think it won't, but we'll have to wait and see. But I don't think they're going to do that. But that's my rant. Rant over. I will say, for the most part, I think the weapon balance is okay in this game, but there's definitely some big things that need to be fixed. So this is my opinion on it. If you disagree with me, that's completely okay. Let me know what you think of the weapon balance down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the rant, if you enjoyed the video and want to kind of see more videos like this one, the best way to show me is just simply hit that like button. It shows me you enjoyed the video. And if you're new to the channel and like what you see, the best way to stay up to date on all my videos is make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you have notifications turned on, and I will see you in the next video. But guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this